Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more 1348 Ex Voto. Now, in the last episode we travelled through the forest and met a bunch of nasty brigands who had betrayed their lord to prey on innocent folk.
Her vestment is similar to this cloth. It cannot be, truly. He knew Bia was a postulant, yet I did not tell him so. What did he say? To come rest at a nearby villa?
Well, in case I needed a reminder. And after dealing with their leader, we entered this area where we came across a flagellant, flailing not at himself, but at ruffians who had waylaid him. And he even lashed out at us, at which point we gained a warning that some attacks could not be blocked, but only dodged. Now, last time I hadn't played the game for about a week, and I made some kind of mistakes or forgot things. I did not handle the combat system very well. So, the two-handed stance is our block. I was attempting to right-click in time to block, instead of just clicking and maintaining it. And because of the time it takes for Aeta to raise her sword, I was just getting hit and not defending very effectively at all. So, I should now remember that it is just a constant defense mode, as well as the two-handed weapon stance from which we can attack. Now, it would appear for the perfect parry we need to right click and press the dodge button at the same time when the opponent strikes us. This seems ridiculously convoluted. Especially for the amount of time it takes to raise the sword into a guarding position with a right click. Perhaps we only have to press the Alt button in time to successfully parry. We're probably supposed to build into this to make some of the end of chapter fights more manageable. That's gonna be troublesome. And it would seem that our guard is possibly the amount of attacks we can block before our guard breaks and we have to recover, potentially. So guard upgrade and perfect parry are things we should probably be building into. I should probably be reluctant to purchase another guard upgrade because we need 30 more for that perfect parry. I should probably look into that. Trinkets. I had each of these equipped. Chance of doubling food on pickup. I'm not sure I ever noticed that trigger once. Definitely didn't notice this trigger at all. So maybe I need to unselect them. I'm not sure. And we have our sword upgraded to, apart from the quillons, which are ever so slightly off, essentially a late Dark Ages Viking type sword, especially in the blade and pommel. Grip is too long. It should be like a one-handed sword rather than a two-handed sword grip. And this would at least have a slight more form to it than just being such a rectangle. So let's look at these parts. The pommel, handling the sword easier when using one-handed attacks and techniques, okay. The grip improves recovery time after dodge. Recovery time before being able to dodge again, presumably. The guard improves guard regeneration. So like the enemies, we have some kind of guard meter, we just don't get to see it. And the blade improves guard damage in one-handed stance. And breaking through enemy guard does seem to be very important to us. Now, let's address something else, because the comments section of a previous video got very active. Lots of heated discussion about how this is blatantly propaganda. Yes, it is. It's not very good propaganda. And how it received government funding. Now, we know roughly how much government funding it received. We do not know what the total budget for the game was, and it was probably significantly larger. So this may be like another game called The Council, which was blatant propaganda for a one-world government. And it was an episodic game, published over the course of 5 episodes. The story of which featured a number of historical characters all meeting up to decide how world events would play out. And at the end of every episode, the credits included partially funded by the European Union, who, I don't think I need to tell you all, are very big fans of one world government. In the final episode, it was revealed that the heads of the council were demons who were trying to run the whole world and were actually the villains. And I'm not sure the European Union knew that when they funded the first episode. They did fund all the episodes, so there was some kind of government grant. The funding for this game was received specifically to include Italian history and culture in the game. I'm not sure that the person who agreed the funding realised how heavily it was going to lean into its social justice, female protagonist, lesbian angle in the Middle Ages. And I'm not sure how much Italian culture has really been represented in the game so far. I would also say, though, that there's definite SJW tones to this in how negatively the one priest we have encountered was represented. Because we do know they hate religious figures and organised faith. Unless it's the Muslim faith, in which case they love them because they are allies and want to smash up, well, all other faiths, really. I will say, the priest was rather nasty. He hissed rather like a serpent as he spoke, and had a nasty, conniving tone that generally gave the impression he should have never become a priest. However, he might have been quite a good priest before the plague came and ravaged the countryside, and made him see demons everywhere, infesting people and everyone and destroying them. He may have been driven to this madness. It may have always been an underlying thing, but if he hadn't been placed through such horrible hardships, maybe this would have never come out to the surface and he could have continued to be a good man. Let's see what Aeta has to say about this broken statue, and that looks like something at the base of it that I can interact with.
A statue from ancient Rome. What
That's about
sights
it.
you saw before you lost your head?
We are not getting up there from here. Or here. Okay. And yeah, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, a lot of people have made a big deal out of this haircut of hers. It was a very popular man's haircut at this point in history. It's also a haircut no woman would have had, and whoever cut her hair like this would get into about as much trouble for doing it as she would for having this haircut. Now, let's just head up to the statue, which appears to have mushrooms for us. A slightly large but almost human-sized statue. The missing parts are long gone. They're not lying on the ground nearby. I would note that the statue appears rather feminine in nature. Actually, wait, let's see if we're allowed to descend from here, or if we must turn back the way we came. Oh, we are. Good. So, a bit of a one-way transition. Could be male. Looking at the chest, but a bit hard to tell. I suppose, and this is the interesting point, right? We should be asking ourselves, would this story change in any way if this character was a man? And the answer would appear to be a big fat no. Aeta has acted in an extremely masculine manner, exactly like a man, in every incident except for the one when the priest grasped her by the arm and was insisting he take her back to his colony. And she said, "I can save myself," to him. That might have felt a little bit different if she was a man. However, if we are asked, would this story change in any way if she was a man? Saying no is a trap, because the person asking that question likely wants you to say no, so they can say, oh, you're just a narrow-minded bigot who thinks that men and women act and behave differently. And if you say no, it wouldn't change, then they'd say, then why does it matter that she's a woman? To which, of course, the correct response is, why does it matter to you that she's a woman? Because you're thinking that I think her being a woman changes my perception of the story in some way. Ooh. That's interesting. The shadows really don't like her face around here. Whereas, if you think it doesn't matter whether she's a woman or not, why are you making such a big deal out of me speaking about the fact that she's a woman? Because it doesn't matter to you, except it blatantly does, and we both know this, so why are you trying to make it pretend that it doesn't matter and me having opinions on the matter is a problem? I will say, I've been revisiting Legend by David Gemmell, not the crap Tom Cruise film, which is only saved by the fact Tim Curry's in it as the demon. And I've got to say, the shit title of that film is probably the reason why nobody has tried to make a film of Legend by David Gemmell. I can imagine another reason why it hasn't happened, and that is because many years ago, when I was visiting a friend, let's step into here and see if anything happens immediately. Those are bodies.
To do such harm. These poor wretches. I pray Bianca was spared. She must be. I must find her. I must hurry.
Alright, but before you do that, I'd like to get back to my talking point. So yeah, I've been revisiting Legend by David Gemmell. Great book. Ironically, there are Gemmell haters out there who don't like his books, and that's fine. You can hate his books if you like, right? Generally, the Gemmell haters all come up with the same criticism. And that criticism would be true if you've only looked at about a quarter of his books and have ignored most of the content and only focused on a few very specific scenes. And I'm not going to get into that now. I'm going to get into something else. First off, it's really well written. He was a very talented writer. I first came across Legend back in the, I'd say like 1990, 1991. I was staying overnight at a school friend's house. Actually, not at his house. I think we were staying because him and his mother were visiting his grandma, so I stayed at the grandma's place. I can't remember if the book was on her bookshelf or if we were at his place. No, I think we were at her place because the dog was there, Toby, the mad dog. Toby was a mad dog who would go absolutely berserk if anyone mentioned the word bones, and he'd dash around the place smashing everything up, being mental. Anyway, it was late at night, I couldn't sleep, and I looked over the bookshelf to see if there's anything interesting to read, and there was this black book with the word Legend on the cover, written by some bloke called David Gemmell, and you know, it was the old cover, the original, the black cover with the picture of the man partially clad in very spiky armour with a two-handed sword who looks nothing like anything that appears anywhere in the book on a black background on the cover. Anyway, so I took it off the bookshelf and I sat and I read it and I did not put it down. I must have got easily a third, maybe halfway through the book by morning. I'd got past the incident in the tavern on the way to the keep. I might have got to the incident on the boat, you know, on the ship, the magical incident. I may have even got that far, I think. I'm pretty sure I did get that far. So that's like chapter 15, I think. 15 or 16, around that point. And I was captivated by how well written it was, but in the morning I had to set the book down and, you know, do my daily things and go home. And I think it was, I kept meaning to get back to it, waiting for a good opportunity. I think it might have been about 3 years before I was able to obtain my own copy and read the whole thing cover to cover and loved every moment of it. Anyway, the point I'm getting to is that every time Druss spoke, I heard the same voice. And for me, every single word of every single line uttered by Druss is spoken by Sean Connery. And I can't imagine any other actor filling the role. Just imagine what could be done with AI in a few years' time, maybe, but it would be very disrespectful to dredge up a dead actor now. And honestly, at the time that I was reading it, he was around the perfect age to play Druss as well. Later on in his life, especially after he retired from acting, there was just no question of it. I don't know why. Now, I can imagine a few reasons. Maybe the Gemmell family is very tight, because there was the graphic novel done by Fangorn, one of the Games Workshop artists, back in the day, which is an extremely faithful version of the story. Extremely faithful. And pretty close to a lot of the character descriptions as well. But beyond that, I don't think there's been any attempts to make any films, computer games. Actually, there might have been one computer game quite early on, but I'd have to look into that. It's probably not something that would run on a modern computer very well. But there's been no role-playing games, no computer games, no films, no radio adaptations, nothing. In fact, I'm not sure there's been adaptations of any of David Gemmell's work. I do know that there have been wargamers who, over the years, who've said it would be really nice to see a Draenei Saga wargame. You know, with the Draenei, the Vagrians, the Lentrians, the Ventrians, who else? There's the Safuli, you know, we got... And of course the Nadir. And I'm not sure a good film could be... They'd have to call it David Gemmell's Legend. And then people would be like, who's David Gemmell? He was a fantasy writer who wrote so well that there is an annual fantasy writing award held in his name. Now, I think the developers of this game may have been watching my videos in this playthrough. And if so, hi, hello. Thanks guys for putting this out. I don't have to agree with you to like it. And I'm here to enjoy the gameplay, which I clearly messed up a lot last time. Purely because I was only able to defeat the boss at the end of the last chapter because he got stuck on a tiny little piece of furniture on the floor which he could have easily stepped over or around. A patch has come out since, literally, I think 2 days after my last video went up. And the patch notes included fixing the pathfinding and clipping and collision issues in that area I've just been through, and another one which I think might be this area. So I may not have been the only person to experience that issue, but I did show it off in a YouTube video. I did also have a problem with the button mashing QuickTime events because I'm middle-aged and my knuckles seem to be a bit older than the rest of my body. Well, my knuckles and my right knee and possibly my right ankle and my left knee. But let's not go there. Now, this looks like I should be able to climb up onto it. It also looks like they don't want to let me, but I wanted to try. I'd imagine that's the end of the level. And a Draenei game of some sorts would be quite nice and interesting. I imagine it would be a bit like Waylander, where at one point the characters go into... Is it Waylander or one of the other ones, or one of the later ones, where there's literally a shrine to Druss. Well, that looked like there'd be mushrooms there. I was mistaken. And someone goes in there seeking inspiration. Druss is such a dwarven character, by the way. He's not a dwarf, but he is. You know, he's stubborn, resistant, doesn't change. He's tough. But also honourable. And not too abusive with it. I suspect... Okay, I can. And is there any reason why I'd want to? Can I... No, not down that side. Okay. Wow. Well, that was interesting. I managed to get knee-deep in that stone block and then stuck between the stone blocks and the edge of the wagon on this side. Wasn't even able to go off that side at all. I suspect this is a... Yeah, I can't approach the base of the wall. Okay. There is a tough boss fight coming, either at the end of this chapter or a very soon one, which is apparently supposed to be significantly easier if you have the perfect parry skill, which cannot be obtained until this point in the story. So you would have had to save points and not spend them. And you know what? I did spend about 20 on a health upgrade, which I could have kept, then I would have been on 40. And if flagellants are here...
Father told of how Crassus punished the slaves. But to see it... There's so many. May their ordeal have been swift.
Let us hope there was no endless suffering. Okay, that is a blatant potential ambush point. And there may be a path. I think I should go around. It feels like there's imminent danger. Hello. That feels like I should be able to get up to it. That sounded like a serpent hissing. Okay. It would appear then that this is somewhat inaccessible. Really? That looks like it should contain something. And I should have a way up there. So I should be on a lookout for a way to reach that location. So we have graves here, probably plague graves. I do not see an easy way up. Tents too, by the gravestones. Okay, this is not for climbing. I should also be on the lookout for potential healing supplies like this.
Oh, that smells good.
Okay, that looked like a question mark, the way the light caught the detailing there. Got me looking in case there was some kind of mystery. I think I should take the high road for now and look down into this passageway. If I need to see how it progresses. There are more supplies over there. I do not imagine leaping across will be much of an option. So... Perhaps it can be reached from up here. Although it appears to be... Hello? Completely walled off. Interesting. And we hit an invisible wall. Okay. Up there, there was a tent with food, or fire pit with food. That looks like it's likely to be occupied, and people may gaze down upon us. Let's head back up. Now, it is entirely possible they won't look down into this if they're using it as a moat, although that was clearly not its original intention. Hang on. How about this then? Come on. I'm sensing this is how we get over. Nope. Really, that's too high, is it? There does appear to maybe be a path past... If that's an edge to the wall, or the wall is low enough to climb. There's a washing hanging up, and a fire pit. That is not great. So we would go in there and climb up that way. But let's explore here first. Hopefully past the fallen tree trunk. Yes, the fallen tree trunk here. I imagine I'm not allowed to travel through the leafy foliage. And I wasn't far wrong, was I? I see more ruin and wreckage, blocking a potential path.
What was that? Tia stole us grapes from the kitchens.
Sounds like someone's being tormented. And we should probably do the righteous thing and put an end to that. It also sounded like it was in the other direction, and I wish to explore more fully. So, these barricades have been more recently erected to channel would-be interlopers into some sort of killing ground.
Huh. This way has been crudely barred.
Just as that one. Yep, they want to control where you go. They've created a defensible position from this ruin, into which we're going to have to blunder, as we are only truly permitted to approach from one of two very specific angles. Now, that is where we'd have climbed up on, so the paths converge at this point. I imagine some kind of attempt to... And there we go. That can't be good.
Huh? What have you done?
We act as our Lord wills.
It is ungodly.
It's his kind! Lords, knights, who
Oh, that was taking a piss. Oh, you fucking right. I can see why people have had problems with this. Oh, fuck off. So, the automatic target switching is a problem in this fight.
What have you done?
we act as our Lord wills.
It is ungodly. I have suffered pain
And again, please. Oh, fuck off. Come on, I can fucking have you.
Masuno, you wore the same trappings of these zealots. They are from the same order of... They are from the same order of Flagellanti. They mortify their own bodies. But to torture others, these Flagellanti are heretics.
They are indeed. And we are sorely wounded. And... should be on the lookout for more healing supplies, of which we have none. Yeah, I can see why people had problems with this fight. And if the boss fight is going to be more of that, because I imagine there's more than just these two. I could have probably handled that better, but we'll see how things go.
That must be the Villa de Frate. No, Flagellante. Nessuno spoke of. No. Bianca would never join if they have harmed her.
Let's see if we can obtain any healing. Oh shit.
Where are my brothers, boy?
With God, or more assuredly the devil.
He died!
Ow.
It's Flagellanti. If they have punished Bianca... No.
Well, that's put me in a very bad way, hasn't it? Oh dear. So that appears to be back down the way we have come. This blue cloth looks meaningful. I have a feeling this is the direction I was supposed to take anyway. Rather than trying to leap down from a wall over there. However, it's put me in a bit of a bad way, obviously. More supplies would be greatly appreciated. I wonder if I can go back that way. It don't matter too much now, I suppose. Okay, we now have a little more health to face any dangers that come our way.
What did he say? That Bianca came to join them? Oh, he was plainly a liar. Said what I wanted to hear to get me to follow. Even his name, Nasuno, no one, is a deceit.
Interesting. The bar is lowered. It's a bar because it's fixed and can rotate. It's not a bolt because a bolt is drawn back and forth. So it's lowered, but the gate cannot be opened. We have no reason to go back through that way. So we're pushing on in this direction instead. And straying from the path in search of victuals. Let's get back one more heart. This just appears to be a brightly coloured rock. Catching the light. Nothing to sustain us there. I could have maintained the more stealthy approach. This is the more honourable approach. I suspect we may be able to leap over this fence, but that I have little need to. Let us... This looks like it may contain a new sword part for us.
Bea will be fine. Flagellante would not dare harm a postulant, as she would keep her wits, prove her devotion.
But these flagellants have been clearly harming the devout ones, as they believe themselves to be. Aha!
These won't last long.
They really won't. However, we now have 30. We might get to 40 before the end of the chapter. I should probably grab this if I can. And if I can't, maybe just grab the guard upgrade. The food upgrade would be really nice, but we don't seem to find that much food. And we take so much damage we don't get to keep it for very long. However, I'm blatantly going to look for food over here, even though I couldn't see any from the fence at the top. I believe the villa we've seen is over that way. I will see soon when I get to this corner. Hello. I see more construction to the left. So the path does head towards it after all. I mean, this feels like a recovery section, a tension break. I see two of the buggers, including one with a long pitchfork type weapon. The other may have a short flail. This is not going to be pretty. So be it.
Have they despoiled this entire valley?
Would seem to be the case. What is here for me? Why does this path lead to this point? A question I would probably have to investigate after dispatching these deluded fools.
Where did this errant boy spring from? As ordained, all sin and corruption shall be scourged.
Perhaps the two of you should come face me here. Oh wow, I'm literally backed up here. Okay, okay, if I can just finish you quickly.
Purge his sin!
Bloody hell. Nah, not gonna make it through that one. Okay. But we do get to come in at full health here.
Boy spring from? As ordained, all sin and corruption shall be scourged.
Okay, that fucking pitchfork type weapon. Okay, good. Oh, fuck off. Okay. Looked like he was about to get a third bout of health there. That would not have been good for us. So we are well and truly shagged. And likely to be on our last legs for the rest of this chapter now, if we continue running into fights like that. And they'll probably want to culminate with a really big hard fight to impress us with how difficult they can make things. There were times there when I was not defending as well as I could. And that's on me. That path still makes no sense. I will need to be on the lookout for recovery items just in case the game's kind enough to give me any. Now this game has received criticism for the balance of the combat. And again, my feeling is that the kind of people the story is designed to appeal to would be turned off by combat of this degree of difficulty. It looks like I don't get to investigate that side building. That pelt has fur on it. This isn't a tanning rack, this is like a tanning horse, which means you're scraping the fur and flesh off the skin. So, if you're keeping the fur on, it should be placed on the tanning horse the other way, so you can scrape the flesh off the inside. Unless it's just been left there to dry for some reason, which is just weird, because it wouldn't necessarily be that wet. And this is going to be very dangerous. Okay. Well, we've regained some health. Obviously there's a door out of here. Looks like minstrels would perform here. For the joy of... And now we've got behind this defensive assembly of this table. Ah, I see. Wait, 15. Okay. That was very worthwhile. So now I think we're at 45. We are. Tantalizingly 5 away from that perfect parry, and I'm not sure if I can just keep the right mouse button held down and then press Alt in time, or if I need to press them both in time for the attacks, which is going to be tricky. And you know what? I'm not particularly good, now that I'm growing a bit older and my reflexes and reaction time isn't quite what it used to be. I'm not so good with the timing of the recent trend of parry-based combat in games. But I should probably pick that skill up anyway, even though it's really expensive. Okay, game, I see what you want me to do. Because the game clearly... Well, from what I've read, the game clearly wants me to have it. And these shall be mine. Looks like 3. So what's this, like a defile, a gulch? Okay, lady. I presume you weren't supposed to stop partway down there, unless to give the player an option to commit or not. So, yeah, regarding the matter of whether the story changes based on if Aeta were a man or a woman, I would say, from what we've seen so far, the story would not change one little bit, but our perception of the story changes, and that is probably the correct answer to give to the question, because if you say no, the story wouldn't change, they go, ha, you stupid fool. And if you say, yeah, the story would change, they say the same thing, right? But if you go, our perception of it changes, right? There is one very simple fact here about the woman. She has a womb.
It was a quicker death than they deserved.
Oh, hey, well, if we're beating your... Okay, he was just immune to damage and didn't even take about 3 hits there. Oh, fuck off. Okay, so that's how we can do a heavy two-handed attack. Finally.
Where is everyone? The folk who lived here.
Long dead, I'm afraid. Or not necessarily that long. The flagellants probably don't know how to look after themselves very well in terms of like cooking, cleaning, providing supplies for their ongoing existence. Okay, yeah. Ah, good. We really have need. And that sound means I need to stop a moment. Okay, that's dealt with. My apologies for the disruption of the flow of the episode. My father is 77, nearly 78 now actually, and sometimes he needs my help in the middle of the night when I'm recording an episode and I need to go off and deal with it. Nothing particularly bad, all dealt with now. He just needed some help getting back into bed and getting covered up because it's a cold night, so he's having to use 2 duvets instead of 1, and trying to handle them both at the same time can be a bit tricky for him when he's just woken up. There we go. Mouse had gone to sleep in the approximately quarter of an hour I've been away from the computer. Right, can I pick up this? No. It looked like a bottle. It is a bottle, but not one I can apparently interact with. It would appear I'm headed over yonder, in which case I didn't really need to do this fight, but the man wasn't going to leave me alone. So, it would appear these flagellants have, let's be kind and say, lost their way. You know, lost their minds. How are we? 4. Okay. Well, let's make that 5. Imagine we were supposed to be in slightly better health by this point, say an extra point or 2. And I imagine we're not likely to receive any more healing items before the next encounter, which is probably just over that ridge. As we do appear to be leading up to some kind of revelation. Okay, and we're not getting up there. Worth a try. Oh, but this, on the other hand. Really? You don't want me going back that way. Fair enough.
More flagellanti. What? What are they doing?
Did we have a... No, it's the jump button to crouch under things. I don't imagine we're going to sneak up on these 3. And 3 just looks like a major pain in the arse. Oh. Okay. Can we...
Look, another little cuckoo wants to fly. Watch yourselves, brothers. This one might peck. You'll sing a great song before you fly.
Okay.
First you'll have to follow me.
Come on.
Not this one.
Well. Yeah. Not liking this one little bit.
Look, another little cuckoo wants to fly. Watch yourselves, brothers. This one might peck. You'll sing a great song before you fly, little bird.
First you'll have to catch me.
wrong button, I see. Okay. His weapon is frustrating, but... Seriously? I've got to do the whole bloody thing again now, haven't I? Yep. Okay, so... Ideally, I want to try and isolate... Well, I want to use them to defend me from them. Placing them... You know, placing them between each other.
Watch yourselves, brothers. This one might peck. You'll sing a pretty song before you fly.
First you'll have to catch me.
Alright, we're on to something now. Fucking hell. It's just one too many. Ugh. I'm sensing there's going to be a lot of that in this chapter.
Another little cook wants to fly. Watch yourselves, brothers. This one might peck. You'll sing a pretty song before you fly, little bird.
First you'll have to catch me.
Oh, fuck off. This is not the run. Can't have that one behind me. Okay, good. Oh, fucking hell. Seriously. Ugh, okay.
Look, another little cook wants to fly. Watch yourselves, brothers. You'll sing a pretty song before you fly.
First
How
you'll
the
have to catch
fuck
me.
did he get that third hit in? Well, we're just dead. Fuck off, lady. You're not going to win this.
We shall save your soul and feel your flesh.
So the only way to defend this one seems to be to keep him on the defensive, really. Sorry, the only way to defeat this one seems to be to keep him on the defensive. That's not as if I have any food to go into this one with, so...
Another little cook wants to fly. Watch yourselves, brothers. This one might peck.
Okay, now if these two want to hold back a bit...
First you'll have to catch me.
Back the fuck up, lady.
I'll break your limbs on the cross. The end of days is
Back it up, back it up, back the fuck up.
Come on, boy.
I want to see that one.
The end of days
Okay, fuck it. Okay, good. Right, I think I'm on something here. Somehow. There'd better be some healing items after a fight like that. I would imagine we should look and see what the hell they're doing.
Threw people onto the rocks. Has this madness infected the city too?
I don't imagine there's going to be any healing items down there. Ooh. That crane has such brightly coloured yellowy, browny, orangey parts that it looks like we're going to have to interact with it in some way. I'd also strongly imagine that is not going to be the case. Oh, it's a lift! Okay. Is there going to be another puzzle blocking, block-pushing puzzle section coming up? Because that's apparently the height of innovation for
Should lead to the villa.
action games. Hopefully it would also lead to some more mushrooms or prepared food supplies. If that leads to the villa, what about this? What prey could this have for us? What benefit to exploring this path? Because currently there appears to be none whatsoever. Wait. Okay, hold on. Seriously. Okay, that's clearly set up to give us multiple attempts, but why do we want to cross over there? And are we going to be doomed to fail? This definitely feels like there's a purpose to this. Okay. That was a second running jump, and twice I've been denied. If it fails a third time, it's going to feel very intentional. But this is so mechanically constructed. I see food. I see broken bridge I should also be jumping across. I also wonder if this is the only way I was supposed to go. Well, let me guess. No? As I suspected. Okay. There may be more down there. But let's see what we can do over here. It might even be something to do with the crane. I pressed that. I fucking pressed that. In fact, I pressed it twice, just to be extra sure. In case there was some kind of stupid double jump mechanic in place, whereby she jumps almost all the way across and needs to press the button again just to make the final little bit of distance. I'm now imagining No, you fucking twat! It's hard enough making the first jump. So at this moment, obviously I'm exploring to see if it's actually possible to attempt that second jump, or if that is a dead end. So yeah, did I get distracted last time where I was pointing out that the main difference is that the woman has a womb, and as such, her ability to create more humans makes her both more valuable and more vulnerable at the same time. And this feels like I definitely should go down and explore that building at some point. But first, since I was finally able to... If this is a dead end... Well, not a dead end, but another way for me to get up here. If I somehow missed that blatant opportunity, and instead there's like a left-hand path that loops back round here, and there's nothing else up here, then at least I understand why this exists.
These flagellanti. They speak of redemption, righteousness, justice. No, my actions were true. It is not the same.
What is it? 30% chance of... chance of doubling food on pickup. I don't know what that chance is. For some reason I had a feel it was 30% chance or something low like that. Hello? This feels like there may be people here.
Abandoned or taken. These poor folk. I pray they made haste.
Hello, that looks like armor. Do we get armor upgrades in this game? And if so, how will that aid us?
A weighty pommel for a heavier blade, and best for two-handed styles.
Okay. Looks like we don't get armor upgrades. That looks like we should explore it. It looks like we can't obtain it from here. There's a path over there. We're probably supposed to be coming from that direction. So let us head back that way. So, improves perfect attack window in one-handed stance. Now, some of these fanatics have unblockable attacks, so we're better off in one-handed stance and attempting to dodge. And the perfect attack helps us break through their guard. This improves perfect attack window in two-handed stance, which is what we're doing when we are trying to block and defend ourselves. Let's look at the shape of it. Okay, so it is one of those. It's not round, it's kind of diamond shaped. Let's... I suppose the game does want us to use this, as it's just given it to us, although maybe not quite yet. And we want to be on the lookout for a little more paperwork. Now this is far more likely to be a screw-threaded pommel than our previous one. And we don't need to... well, it may be harmful. Okay, we can't use that ledge to try and ease our descent, so down we go. Let's look for supplies. Which is not a Chinese person saying surprise with a really bad comedy accent. guess what we just got to do? The game really wants me to do this. I'm probably going to be really bad at it. And hey, if I can just be holding right click instead of needing to press it in time, then maybe this two-handed skill pommel we've gained is a good synergy with that. There we go. I'm now going to balls this up at every possible opportunity, but might just manage to make it work. And obviously this is still locked. For 50, we ain't getting that anytime soon. With 5, we might be able to get a guard or food upgrade sometime. But it's not going to be anytime soon. Let's hold off before going up that path. Well, these steps. That is such a blatant barrier, and we're clearly going to have to go around. Once again, we have a game that fails to understand spiral staircases. This spiral staircase is the wrong way round. The reason spiral staircases are designed the way they are.
Charges as the Briganti. Yet this time, I am not mistaken with these so-called brothers. If I can do right, then I must.
The central pillar is designed to protect the body of a swordsman defending the stairs like a shield, so that his sword arm is free to strike around it, whereas an opponent trying to strike around it will find their sword arm hampered and have a harder time swinging at him or thrusting. They'll have less space to maneuver. Which is why these spiral staircases always go the opposite direction, because the defender is presumed to be at the top of the stairs defending against invaders coming up. And this is the second computer game I've seen which has a spiral staircase going the wrong way, favouring the character coming from the bottom of the stairs when it should be literally winding in the opposite direction. Anticipate attack, but be grateful it does not immediately come. Be extremely grateful for these supplies, however.
I can carry.
Well, guess what? Much better. Which means there's a massive fight coming up soon. Or they understand the amount of danger they have placed us in, and the amount of damage we are likely to have received. This music sounds ever so slightly, briefly there, for the shortest strain, like the original Diablo 1 music when the hero is coming to the town of Tristram. That dee dee, and we're then expecting it to go dee, you know. But anyway, it's not right at the beginning. It's like about a third of the way through the music. 2/3. Okay, so it looks like we're going down here and around that barrier and pressing on. Surely the campsite we saw, because we leapt across there and came around. We didn't progress this far forwards. And we saw a path branching to the left, and we didn't see the hut as we looked down. So presumably that somehow loops a long way around to overlooking some point here, where there's a path branching off to the right. Sorry, not left. Right. Now, the sounds in the woods are very dangerous. Also, we've just found so much nourishment. The game might not give us any mushrooms for a while, even though we've consumed most of it. And while there may be supplies behind this defensive gate, I doubt that's the case. Again, It is not secured. The bar has not been lowered into the receiving socket. And there's space there. There's part. That upper one looks like a handle. It could also be used for a bar. For a bolt, rather. Or a bar. If there was another one receiving here. So you could actually put a handle, you know, on the door frame of it as a part of receiving locking mechanism. And strangers and newcomers might question why. That's where we came down from.
No sign of the villa. It should be beyond the aqueduct.
There's an aqueduct. Oh yeah. Oh look! Roman culture and history. Italian culture and history. The kind of things that the government grant was supposed to fund in this game. Again, when the developers pitched for the grant, they might have said they were going to include more of this kind of stuff and not mention the other kind of thing. Also, in all fairness, look, they started a squabble on social media and it didn't go very well for them. They've had a lot of negative backlash for that. And guess what? They shut up about it. I mean, I think they played the victim card a bit, but basically, can I get over this? Please, let me. No, so that is pretty off limits. Okay. Anyway, what I was going to say is, they seem to... Well, they fired their social media manager. I suspect that having a social media manager may have been part of the problem. But they've kind of shut up about it and have been releasing a lot of patches and updating the game to make it work and more functional. And the patch notes include lots of good fixes that make it a better game. It seems that while they originally intended to lean heavily on social messaging, and don't get me wrong, this game does have a rather strong social message, but it's not quite as heavy-handed as it could be. It's not overt. It's covert. In that, you know, the character doesn't, like, say, all men are horrible or anything all the time, right? But she does act in ways that, oh, this is blatantly something could very well happen and we get through there moment. That's such a clear barrier. It's more like the fact that everyone accepts that a woman can be a knight, which was unheard of, basically. Okay, can we... We got an autosave. Looks like we get a whole new area to fight our way through. I am anticipating finding a second sword part, probably Quillen's. Actually, no. Last time they gave us the pommel, then the grip, then the Quillen's, and finally the blade. They may stick to that pattern of discovery. I want to do a quick recording check. Oh, that's interesting. Yep, okay, good. Let us proceed to investigate. That looks so distinctive that you'd think there was a very good reason for coming in here. Which would appear to not be the case. So the aqueducts were about conveying water over long distances. And here's the thing, yeah. This game is very Brienne of Tarth. But it's not. because she's all about her unrequited love for Jaime Lannister and her struggle for acceptance as a woman doing manly things in a man's world. In this world, there's no struggle for acceptance. Everyone just accepts it. Actually, they do seem to call her a boy once or twice, and a knight. And you know what? Unless they look closer, they could easily think that. This looks like sustenance. And that puts me back on full health. Let's be on the lookout for more supplies. People have been staying here in the ruins of this ancient civilization recently, and there's a massive blockade up ahead. What is this?
I should save this for later.
Yes, you should. Clearly we're going to have to find a way around. Do we get an interaction again to say, oh my god, they've blocked this off?
These were abandoned, piled up. But why? It is different to the stockades made by the brothers.
Yeah, desperate peasants perhaps. Or brigands. There's a cage here. Really? Well, we're gonna use this to climb up there, probably. Let's take a moment to think where we would want that. Oh, hang on. Are we going to be able to get on top of this wall, jump across from this one, because I'm thinking if we can get onto this wall, that's a very big jump, but I'm seeing a line here, and then we would say that the leap from here over to there is too far. But if we can land on top of this, and we're probably supposed to leave it there as a stepping stone, as it were. So then we ask ourselves how to get up onto these. Well, oh, look at that. Fucking hate platforms. And we fall off the bloody thing. Right, okay, so can we... No, we cannot. I suppose I have to do it all over again. And it's extremely basic platforming that's supposed to make me clap and applaud myself and say, oh look how clever I am to have worked that out. But it didn't seem like there was actually very much to understand or comprehend. It was pretty straightforward. Hang on. I'm supposed to do it like this, aren't I? I'm supposed to climb up there and then get up onto here by jumping across from there. And that's why I'm supposed to go in there. Oh well. Fuck off! Seriously. That's annoying. It seems that even with it placed where it should go, unless I've clearly missed something, right. Okay. Finally. And then I'll have to crouch to get under there.
What is that smell?
Rancid dead bodies, probably. I doubt it's food.
A charnel house.
Indeed. Why are the bodies wrapped up? That seems to be a very... fucking hell. A very modern thing. And we're going to have to do a Senua walking on a beam thing here. No, we're not. We just get to walk across it anyway. The wrapping up of the bodies feels like a very modern thing, and it's probably done to not necessarily give them some dignity, but so we don't look at them and go, oh my god, that's a dead body. I imagine that in the olden days they wouldn't have done that, especially the way they've tied it up. Not just at the ends, or like, but it's like around the neck, because that looks nasty, and a central one down, and those ones across. Well,
I must get out.
that solves the problem of how we get through there.
I don't understand. He hasn't killed that false postulant.
Huh?
That witch. She even tried to bribe me.
Well, she's going to be angry now.
Bianca, the postulant, where is she?
Be gone, boy. That whore's none of your concern.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed. You shall repent.
About that. Ow. Come on, fucking dodge, you bastard. Right. Okay. Fucking hell. Well, that didn't work. Guess what? Here we go again.
Bianca, the postulant, where is she?
Be gone, boy. That whore's none of your concern.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
Aha! Oh, fucking guard break on that.
Repent before it is too late.
Oh, fuck off. Seriously. Oh, hey, I got food. Lovely. Not that it's going to matter much at this point, because you just automatically have a very disgusting reach when it comes to this. Fucking hell. Well, we're dead, obviously. Oh, hey. Oh, you bastard. Okay. So, annoyingly...
Bianca, the postulant, where is she?
Be gone, boy. That whore's none of your concern.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
Oh, fucker. Fucking shit. Cunt of shitness. Okay, that is quite infuriating. This is not the run. There we go, lovely. Can we do that again and better, please? We probably can. However, I want to point out something really bad here.
That whore's none of your concern.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
Fucking hit him, you dumb bitch. Okay. Back the fuck up, lady. Okay, so how was he not getting hit there?
You shall repent.
Okay. That is shit. That is absolute bullshit. I fucking had him. And you cunt made me switch fucking targets. To this cunt. And we fucking die.
Save your soul and peel.
So here's the problem I'm having here, right? It's the strong suspicion.
Gone, boy. That whore's none of your concern.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
Okay, if we can just fucking get him, and we can't. Oh, good.
You shall repent.
It's just so fast. Fucking hell. Alright, okay, here we go. And we just die. Right? We die. How the fuck is that not hitting? The sword's going right through him and he takes no damage.
None can stand.
Oh my god. So yeah, the horrible realization that if they think 3 of them on the edge of the cliff wasn't a hard enough fight to fuck me up.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
So it seems that there's not much point trying to
Look, boy. Righteous conviction.
how the fuck, lady? Okay, good. Oh, fuck off! Seriously! Don't make them immune to damage, you stupid cunts. So clearly, I need a fucking break.
What have you done with her?
Fuck off! Look, sword went through him 3 fucking times there. With no hits registered. So just fuck off. Right? Let me fight, or just fuck off and let me sleep. Okay, again, immune to damage, you cunt, so fuck off! Fix your bloody game, developers. I don't care how cool you think it is, but they're immune to fucking damage.
What have you done with her?
Oh, fuck off, if you're not gonna let me bloody... even target the one I want.
You shall be cleansed in flame.
You don't have any flames here with you. Oh, fuck off, yeah. I get hit, but he doesn't. Seriously, fuck off. I have no idea what that means, but hey. Oh, you fucking cunt-ass bastard shit wanker. Fuck off. I mean, if I can just take this one out, and I can't, by the way. If you could fucking die, you evil bastards. Right, that's a little bit better, but it's not really, because his attacks cannot be fucking blocked. And we die again, because this shit is just really fucking bad. Also, the wooden knight is clearly not working.
What have you done with her?
All shall be redeemed.
How the fuck is this not hitting him? Back it up, lady. He's just gonna recover it all and be immune to damage again. How the fuck, literally, is he just air? Fuck off, you cheating cunt! Fucking be a person or fuck off! You know, I was in the mood for some kind of tough fight tonight,
What have you done with her?
but not this tough. Okay, well, fuck off. Oh yeah, fine, because you're fucking immune to damage. Oh, good. We eat, and then we fight. Apparently we fight well enough. And fuck me, I need a break soon. Oh my god. So, this really feels like there's going to be some ridiculously difficult fight at the end of this. And this lot was considered to be just a warm-up. It also feels like it would be very fair and reasonable for them to give us 2 or 3 healing items right about now. There appears to be a campfire over there. And annoyingly, the game saved at the start of this fight, and if I stop recording now and go take a break, I don't want to have to do this again. Okay, we got our dead end here. That answers which of these was the way. I also imagine we're not going to see any supply items right here, because we could have accidentally tried to interact with them during the fight and got ourselves killed. This, notice what we came out of. I was going to say that looks like something we can get into. Oh, for God's sake, it's just going to get worse, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Okay, good. We hit a save point. I can stop. But I feel I should probably press on. Let's draw a sword. So we have no healing items and only 3 health left. And we did not get to pick up that gauntlet for our right hand and see if it fit. And those bracers, which would have also come in incredibly useful for our right arm. Aeta is clearly some kind of addle-brained fool with a death wish and no survival instincts, who wants to suffer by getting hit with enemy weapons time and time again. Obviously, we're not going to find any supplies in these burnt-out ruins, but there may be some growing in the surrounding area. This building looks like hell, by the way. Just in case there are any... Unfortunately, that rather generous... What? We automatically climbed? That generous amount of healing supplies was probably supposed to be enough to see us through the rest of this level. Some nice flowers, but they don't seem to be doing very much for us, do they? I almost feel like I want to improve my guard. Because we don't know how this works. We don't know if it's capable of defending against more powerful or more, accurate attacks, or if it's how many attacks we can block successfully, or anything. There's no description. So we haven't had very good documentation to guide us in our decision-making process with these. I shouldn't really call them skill trees. They're not really trees. There's no branching paths. It may be worth grabbing these at Those are unlocked? When the hell did I get those? One new heavy attack. Thing is, if this is our heavy attack, having a second one that follows up, it's so slow that needs to be charged up. Why would we ever want to try and follow up with a second one? Unless it replaces the first one maybe, but still. Oh, here comes the pain.
They've not seen me. It must be somewhere in the villa.
Well, that looks like healing supplies over here. Again.
A veritable feast.
Are those flasks of sack? Sack was a kind of alcoholic drink in the Middle Ages. Let me guess, we can't go through this gate. And we're probably going to have to go through those two fanatics. This fork. Oh my god, okay. That is a very modern looking fork handle. The way the fork attaches to the handle at the bottom is different. But the metal handle, like Y-shaped metal handle with a wooden bit in the middle for the grip, we literally have forks like that that we use in our garden. I mean, we don't use them very much these days, but yeah. Don't suppose I can get in there. Probably not. Building over there looks worth exploring. And this, no, that's not something we can climb up on. It looked like it for a moment. So there's no experience points type progression. There's 3 of them. Fucking hell. I don't want to fight another 3. Not so soon after the last time. This game has an achievement for defeating the final boss without getting hit once. I'm clearly not going to pull that off. But you really don't want me to go in there and look for healing items, do you? Those shears are huge. They should probably be about half that size. You're really trying to funnel me towards that one big fight, aren't you, game? Well, I'm really going to try and search for more healing supplies if that's the case. You've let me come all the way back here for nothing. You clearly didn't want me getting in from there, but you allowed me in at the end, which gives me the impression there's something in here I am allowed to find. Otherwise, why allow me in at all? And it appears to be just nothing. Now, the older way of doing it is to have a wooden handle completely, where it's split, and they've like heat bent the wood out, and then they put the part across. Now that does look older, that spade. And of course the clocks went forwards tonight, so yeah. Oh well, looks like there's no avoiding it. It's not like you're gonna let me... I could try this building, see if there's anything useful to pick up, like garlic. Hey, Italians like garlic in their cooking. Right, there's a bit of Italian culture that's been included in the game. I wonder if the design of that stool is very specific. Oh well, let's go get killed a few times then. Unless...
Flames shall burn
Nope.
away such decadence.
just unavoidable death. And an invisible wall to block us in. Well, hey, let's abuse the hedges a little to funnel them at us. Oh, fuck off! That automatic target switching is just shit. At least we got a full heal out of it. Let me guess. Are these... You're kidding. You're going to let me pick those up? After giving me a full heal as well? Well, that's quite forgiving, isn't it? That makes up for how hard the initial attempt was. And it seems like we're just going to have to go in and fight them. Again, this very much feels like there should be something in here. Because you allow me to go all the way back to the beginning of this stable area. For nothing. I wonder, can I go out? No. Okay. Well, at least you're consistent with which directions you're allowing me to travel over that barrier. Again, just checking to see if there's anything I've missed. So, I mean, it looks like a man catcher, but it's not. It's like a really shit pitchfork. Okay, well let's just...
Your cruelty and barbarity ends today.
Let's just actually, we want the... Ha! Okay, back it up, lady. Back it up. Back the fuck up. Because he's just recovered unbelievably quickly. Fuck off, I had that. Right. And you are being a total cunt-ass bastard, so you get hit as well, please. Hold it. Let me fucking move. Okay, I think... Nope. The fucker has immunity to damage. Okay, good. I mean, it's not so good now, but hey. Now, of course, we are... Nope. There we go, dead. Excellent. They don't like us using the hedge there. We might have to stick to this area. Not fun. I may have to break this chapter into multiple episodes.
Oh, that smells good.
Okay, I think we got double food there, because we got enough for 2 heals this time. Interesting. It's still going to hurt like hell. So maybe... perfect. If we just go perfect one-handed and stick with that for a bit.
Flames shall burn away such decadence. In his, huh? Who are you?
Your cruelty and barbarity ends today.
I can't see the man on the left. He's... oh, good. Oh, fuck off and hit the bastard. You cunt! And immunity to damage continues for our foes and never for us. Oh, fuck off. Just get hit and die, lady, because this is clearly not working today. Oh, you can fuck off with your cheating immune to damage cunt shit. There we go, dead. Fine. You know what? This feels like either... now bear with me on this. Yeah, we did not get as much food this time. This feels like there's 2 possibilities here. Either I'm really shit at this combat system, and guess what? I'm probably not brilliant at it. Or, and bear with me on this, this is really badly balanced. Plus, the automatic target shifting if one just steps in when I've nearly got one down, and another one just steps in and doesn't even stand between us, but just becomes the target, and my attacks switch. And the guy recovers and gets back to full health and is immune to damage again. It's really bad.
In his, huh? Who are you?
Your cruelty and barbarity ends today.
Back it up, lady. Back it up. Okay. I mean, this is probably what we're supposed to have, right? A really big flowing combat where we just dodge around a lot and fucking hit people and get hit and die because we're just shit and they're perfect. No, it is a man catcher. He's just using it really badly. And now, another one is going to step in and... oh no! Oh, fuck off, then! Seriously, fuck off. I wonder... bear with me on this. The amount of times that all the NPCs constantly refer to her as a man. I wonder if she originally was a man and they changed her into a woman later on in development. I suspect, though, that's not the case. There seem to be interviews from the developers claiming that this is like a blatant author self-insert. So we'll see. But if I don't do it this time, I think it's end of the episode. I've had enough. Maybe we try this side.
Your cruelty and barbarity ends today.
Okay, well, you're just fucking cheating, obviously, again. Oh, hey! Okay, back it up, he's immune to damage.
We shall save your soul.
Okay, fucking hell, lady. Okay, wait a minute. We're too low, but we can try. Back up, back up. What did I say? I said if this is not the successful one. That's a very low door. Makes you think it's some kind of... It looks like a double door, but there's only one handle. Okay, so I want to know why the fight music is still playing. Obviously. Horrible answer is there's probably people up there who want to kill me.
They have despoiled the villa. Have put these valuables to the torch.
I need another autosave. I'm probably not going to get one. If I get killed, will I be sent back to the beginning of that fight? I don't know. I imagine I can't go through this gate. I was indeed correct. We have a long history of untraversable gates. I don't suppose I could drink from the water and... I've got a feeling I have to fight my way through the whole bloody place now. At least until the fight music stops. Oh look. Wait. A brief reprieve. That's a lot of grapes and wine. Oh, we got big healing. Which means, of course, either there's a really nasty fight coming up, or they acknowledge how lethal the one we've just been through was. And again, we're stuck in fight music mode. As if the game has not acknowledged the vanquish of those foes. Or vanquishing of those foes, rather. And this feels like there's a reason to go around here. Perhaps another sword part, or just blatantly more healing for us. Let me see. Grapes, grapes, and something to drink. Okay, well we could just blatantly be grateful of that now. Acknowledge the fact we've been given no more paper for our sword treaties. If I stop the game now and load again later, I don't know if it will return at this point or at the last autosave, but since we haven't had another autosave since the beginning of that fight, I really don't want to do it again. So we push forwards.
I'm not eating until I get to speak with you, pig.
You can lick it off the floor and choke
Oh,
on it.
that's a familiar voice.
Was that... Mia?
Sounds like it. And she's probably locked up in some kind of cell or restrained in some way. It's fucking 3 of them again. I can't see weapons very clearly from here. That is a medieval hat. The man's face and flesh are... Have they skinned him alive? If so, why did they put his clothes back on? He has very red flesh. Oh well. We can try for any more restorative items in the area, but there probably aren't any.
Brothers! Brothers to arms!
Looks like 3 flails.
I'm coming.
Okay. Game is being horrid to us by switching targets again, but hey. Okay, these guys... Hold it. And fucking hell, it's just so fast. Now, let's see. Thank fuck for that. Oh no. Looks like the night worked this time. We don't get to pick those items up again. What about these though? And at least we don't have to do the previous fight. So it seems that these 3 have a lower guard threshold than the 3 outside. It also seems like they have swifter attacks that are harder to defend against. Not that I seem to be defending very effectively, mind you.
I'm not eating until I get to speak with him, pig.
And who is the him she speaks of?
And choke on it.
Wait. Was that... beer?
If it is Bianca, we'd be rescuing her very early in the story, and our whole reason to collect these items to give to her would be thwarted. And I feel I may have missed one there. Unless we give this back to her, then add more to it. This feels more like we collect things over the course of the game before we finally get to meet her again, so... mixed feelings.
Brothers! Brothers to arms!
I'm here. I'm coming.
Okay, 1 down. Good stuff.
No! Don't kill him! You should crucify him!
Well, you say that, but... yeah, that didn't work, did it? Okay. Right, I thought I was on something there, but it didn't happen. Well, looks like we get to at least gather
Back to the
these
feast.
and hope for a double at some point. Okay.
I'm not eating until I get to speak with him, pig.
You can lick it off the floor! And choke on it! Brothers to arms!
Was that... beer?
Fucking hell. I mean, we seem to just need to really power through their defenses here to try and get one down. What's your fucking reach there, mate?
The end of days is nigh. More attacks.
Oh, fuck off! Yeah, die in the blood, lady. And it's not going to get any easier. I should have just gone in there the first time without picking up any of the side food, so that I could pick it up on each subsequent attempt. So we have to do a ridiculous lot
Until I get to speak with you, pig.
to try and power through their defense and take one down.
Choke on it.
Wait. Was that... Bea?
Brothers! Brothers to arms!
I'm here. I'm coming.
Okay, good. Okay, just back up because it's not working. Oh, fuck off. I saw the fourth one come in and that was too much.
These won't last long.
They really won't. One more, and then I say, fuck you, you bastard, and go to sleep.
You can lick it off the floor.
Actually, I don't get to go
and
to sleep.
choke on it.
Wait. Was that... Bea?
Wait a minute.
Brothers! Brothers to arms!
Well,
I'm here. I'm coming.
back up, lady, back up. Okay, heal.
Purge his sin!
Just fuck off. I've had enough. That's it. I don't even get to go to bed now. I get to just really hope I remember these items next time, because fuck this shit. Honestly, they could do better. I don't get to go to bed now because I get to yeah, process this video and upload it. and you get to all see how incredibly frustrating the design of this game's combat system is. I do want to continue with this one and make it through to the end, but if it's going to be this hard, I might not be able to. My aging hands just might not be able to keep up with this. Alright guys, this was absolute bullshit. Feel free to use any swear words you want to describe this ridiculous level of difficulty, and I'll hopefully see you in the next episode. I'll say bye for now though, and cheerio everyone. What a load of crap. See you all soon. If you can be bothered to put up with this shit, that is.